Some people saying Spurs, are they going to blow their top four hopes? Look, I think Spurs today, I looked at their front six, as I was saying, and that's probably the first time they put that front six out since November. They're looking strong, and then they get beat by Wolves at home. But to be honest, is that not just an indication of the league? We spoke about this last Saturday. If you can predict those results in an accumulator and then again today, then you need investigating, because that's the unpredictability of the Premier League. It's incredible. Wolves lose at Molineux to Brentford. No one thought that was going to happen. And then they go and beat Spurs at Spurs. This is the Premier League. This is why we love it. You know, Chelsea getting that point against City. We've got a title race. We've got a top four race. Hopefully we've got a relegation battle as well. There's so many teams that can beat each other that it's disrespectful to Wolves to say, oh, them going to Spurs and winning, Spurs are going to bottle it. I think what Spurs need to look at is they've got to be better at home. I mean, I remember against Brighton, they got that winner, and did they deserve it? There's been a couple of times this year already where Spurs have got results at home and maybe didn't deserve it. And, you know, once bitten, twice shy. Today, they didn't get away with it. Wolves have got the result. I think there's a similarity between Spurs and Villa. And as a United fan, if we can beat Luton tomorrow, and that's a big if, respect to Luton, but if we beat them tomorrow, we're 3 points behind Spurs. All season, I've seen people saying, get rid of Ten Hag. He doesn't know what he's doing. Ange is like a breath of fresh air. If Ange can walk into Spurs and get them playing great football, and Ten Hag can't do it after 18 months, get rid of Ten Hag. Tomorrow night, Ten Hag could be 3 points behind the fantastic Spurs. We've had a bigger injury crisis than them. So how's that happened? How are we 3 points behind Spurs? Look, Spurs have been very good this season. Ange is doing a very good job, but there is a vulnerability to Spurs, and we've seen it with Villa as well. Emery loves to play the high line and he won't change it. And sometimes it gets found out. Spurs like to play a certain way and they won't change it. And sometimes they get found out. I think at the top level, you've got to be adaptable. And I don't think Spurs are. And I don't think Villa are. Is that going to be enough to get them in the Champions League? In many ways, I think the neutral would love to see a Spurs or Villa in the Champions League. I would, if it wasn't going to be at the expense of United. Of course, I don't want it to happen. But look, I think this season's got more twists and turns. And who's to say that Spurs, I don't know who they've got next week, but if Spurs were playing at the Etihad, who's to say they're not going to go and win there? It's that sort of a league, and it was a good performance from Wolves.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.